vs. Ferrari was directed by James Mangold and stars Matt Damon alongside Christian Bale. In order to get Ford's car sales up, Henry Ford II is tasked with entering his brand in the 1966 24 Hours Le Mans to compete with Ferrari and try to become the superior of the two. Back in the time of December 2018, I had to compile my list for my most anticipated movies of 2019, and when I was doing my research and looking for what movies I would be interested to see the most this year, I came across Ford vs. Ferrari, and after reading into it, right away this movie caught my attention because of how talented director James Mangold is. The premise was very intriguing to myself, and the two leads. How could I not see a movie and be interested to see a movie with Matt Damon and Christian Bale in the front? And after waiting almost a year for one of my most anticipated films, I'm so happy to say that Ford vs. Ferrari panned out to be one of my favorite movies of the year so far. This is one of those films that I recommend seeing with other family members. Not only is this movie another accomplishment for director James Mangold, but it's also another accomplishment for both actors Matt Damon and Christian Bale yet again. The two of them on the screen, this duo is one of the best duos of the entire year. I thought they worked so well off each other. They were perfect complements to one another. And I thought they were one of the main reasons why this movie comes together, especially by the end. When it comes to those heartfelt scenes, the scenes that make you tear up, Matt Damon and Christian Bale are right there for you and do it all. I love the two of these guys in this movie, and they were excellent. Before I went to see this movie, though, I wondered, would this film's plot be interesting enough for the average audience member to enjoy? And they do so much with this plot to make it fun and not boring at all. I had such a blast, and this movie breezed by. I thought it would take a while to get to that final payoff, but no, thankfully there are numerous scenes in this movie that are so funny. The two leads really do a great job in keeping you glued to the screen, and the movie is such a joy to watch. I guarantee you, everyone involved in the making of Ford vs. Ferrari had a great time filming this movie. I wish I was on set with these guys because I bet it was a fantastic time being with all of them. By the time we get to the high-octane, adrenaline-pumping racing scenes, this is about as good as it gets. The way they film these scenes, it never gets boring. Usually you expect some racing scenes to not be all that fun to watch, but in this movie, it's a complete opposite. The direction is great. I love the way they took the racing scenes in this film. It was unexpected, but also exhilarating when it unfolds. I've always been a huge fan of racing in movies, or any time that cars are at the forefront of a film's action sequences. I love that kind of stuff, and Ford v. Ferrari nailed that aspect of the film. The film's drama is felt, it is unhinged, it hits you right in the face, and they do not stop. It keeps on moving, which is what I want from a movie like this. If you can give me all the emotion and throw it right at me, please do, and Ford v. Ferrari knew how to do that, especially when it comes to the two leads. I thought they did everything they needed to do when it comes to landing that emotion. What else can I say? Ford vs. Ferrari is a thrilling time at the movie theaters. I only had maybe one problem with the movie, and that came at the end. Once the film's climax is over, there is one last big moment that takes place in the film, and you're expecting it to pay off and feel meaningful, but unfortunately, it was very rushed. It just all happened so fast by the end, and I get it, they did not want this movie to be 3 hours long, but I wish that in the middle of this movie, which I will say does get a little bit too slow for my liking, I wish they would have cut out a couple of scenes in the middle that were slower paced and instead focus on that ending and make it more meaningful, flesh it out more, because otherwise it just felt rushed, and I wish they would have done something differently. Other than that, Ford vs. Ferrari reiterates why I chose this movie as one of my top 10 most anticipated films of the year, and I'm so excited to say that this movie did land for myself, and it's one of my favorites so far. I'm giving Ford vs. Ferrari an 88%. Go take some family members to see this movie this weekend. Even if you don't like racing films, There is so much enjoyment to be found, even if you're not a big fan of those types of movies, and that's all due to James Mangold as a great director, and the two leads here, Matt Damon and Christian Bale. They're just that good. Alright, for those of you who have also seen Ford versus Ferrari this weekend, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are of it. My next review will finally be for Midway and hopefully a few other movies that I wanted to see but have not seen yet, so I'm going to do my best to see as many movies as possible over the next couple of weeks. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.